Alright, so let's kick off our previews with Brazil versus Morocco. Now this is one of those intensely weighted games where it could go nearly any way. Like, Brazil, they've got the upper hand here, I feel. Of course, as they have all that history behind them. But then, Morocco, what they did in the 2022 World Cup was quite incredible. So imagine if they could do it again. That would be quite historic. So I'm looking forward to this match, and it's one of those games that everyone wants to watch because of the upset that could occur. They're also in Group C, which is a pool with Scotland and Haiti. So upsets could be everywhere within that group. So it could get quite interesting between these two sides. And this match could mean a hell of a lot for this World Cup. So obviously this game's on Saturday the 13th over in America at New Jersey Stadium. So obviously there's going to be some hate over at the World Cup, so that'll be interesting to see how they get on with that. I think these two sides will be quite used to that. Brazil have been in decent form with three wins in a row in the past three, and then they had a loss and a draw before that, and obviously in the friendlies beat Panama 6-2, so they have definitely got attacking power within their side, and that's what really excites me about them. They can definitely produce some exciting moments. Brazil, of course. Brazil play Brazilian football, and that's so entertaining. Morocco, over the past 5 matches, they've drawn 2 and won 3, so haven't lost in the past 5, which is quite interesting for them. But they've had some big wins within that, and a lot of goals. So this match, I think, will produce a lot of goals and entertainment. Let's go. We cannot wait for this one, because it's going to be some entertaining football. The strengths for Brazil lie on their left side, as we see up here. Vinicius, obviously on the left, he's just their creator, sort of. He's got quite a decent bit of experience behind him as well, and they create those left side overloads and pressures down that side. Rafinha's played down the left, so it could be interesting to see how they all match up. And then it will be interesting to see how they attack this, because Morocco down that right side as well are actually really strong. Achraf Hakimi obviously is the man, and at right back he is their top player, and Boadi is an excitement. Morocco on the quick transitions are best, so that could be also interesting, because Brazil in defence of transitions, or especially when they are high, they are weak. That's when they can get caught on those breaks. So I'm excited to see how Morocco attack this. Do they just sit back and let Brazil try to attack, when really Brazil can break down teams pretty well? But Morocco on that transition, their link play is quite phenomenal. The questions come from Morocco around their finishing though. Saibari is obviously up front, but can they put the ball in the back of the net? They've struggled to recently. That's a big question, because they have scored lots of goals, but can they do it in these big matches? That's the question. Against Brazil, who are actually quite underrated this tournament. I think everyone's kind of put them on a low level, and their defence is possibly not where they want it to be. So it's going to be interesting to see how this Brazilian side plays out. Vinny Jr., obviously the key player there, and then Rafinha up front. Yeah, that attack, and then Igor Thiago might come on. Cunha obviously is striker, but it could be Igor Thiago. Who knows? I'm quite interested to see how they work those front players, because Neymar's there as well. He's coming off an injury, so how do they work that out? It's one of those questions where it could go either way, and it can become an issue. It's a good issue, but then it's also a bad issue at times. If you don't pick the right player, then that could cost in big games. So they'll be testing these waters in these group stage games, but the thing is they need to win. So they'll come to a bit of a expectation around these sort of matches. Hakimi from Morocco, he is going to be central to them making it through, because he is such an experience, such a engine for Morocco at right back. And Bouadi, who's only 18 years of age, defensive midfielder, I cannot wait to look at him. I want to see how he goes, because there's a bit of hype around him, and there's hype around this full Moroccan side. And I think it really does, these two sides match up quite evenly. I think these are two sides that will be tight. There'll be big battles within this match. One possibility that could occur if one team does score, though, is, do they just sit back after they score and then play on the transition, which is one strength for both of the sides, and also it means, Brazil like to play entertaining, both sides actually like to play entertaining football, so perfect match to watch, sorry, it's not really getting out the words at the moment, but these two sides, I don't know whether they're going to want to sit back and hold the game, or are they just going to keep going. It'll be interesting to see, because the transitions are where Brazil, for example, are going to get beaten. They're going to get beaten on the transitions, so do they just sit back if they go ahead? I doubt it, but who knows? I think, this is going to be a high-scoring encounter, and all about how they defend getting back, whoever can defend those quick attackers, because they both have some exciting attackers. Brahim Diaz for Morocco, he's an exciting prospect for them. So it'll be interesting to see whether whoever can, for example, Gabriel's perfect for getting back and defending. Those are the players that are going to stand out in this game. Those players that can stop those quick transitions, because that will be what the game will be based on, and what I've been talking about for the last however many minutes. My prediction, though, the biggest part, the forecast from me, Brazil will win 3-2 over Morocco. I think they'll still just be a bit too quality for Morocco, but it will be an entertaining match. I tell you that now. Thanks. We'll be back in a moment.